What's going on, everyone? So last night we got an absolute bombshell. The Los Angeles Lakers traded for Mark Williams, and it was a huge move, right? Lakers not only were able to get their center for now and the future. I mean, now you have Luka and Mark Williams, who has the potential to be an all-star caliber center. I mean, the guy's a 16-10 guy without Luka. Imagine what he can be with Luka and LeBron. It's not even mentioning LeBron. So now you have your center spot. You have your franchise center locked up, ready to go. I know it sucks to lose Dalton Connect. You know, could you argue it was a little bit of an overpay? Sure, but I think it was necessary. It was worth the cost, right? Because again, it's easier, as much as it pains us, right, to lose Dalton Connect. It's easier to find a guy like a Dalton Connect who is probably never going to be more than just a spot up, catch and shoot, 3-point shooter, right? Some off ball shooting, but movement shooting. But as long as you have Reeves, as long as you have, Luka, guys are going to be the guys taking most of the shots. Where now I think he gets the opportunity to go to a team where he's actually going to be able to develop, actually get to kind of be more free. So I do think that there are some benefits there for him. Outside of that, like that pick swap in 2030 is probably going to be really good for us because Lakers are still going to have Luka in 2030 and they'll have Mark Williams in 2030, right? So chances are we're probably going to be better than Charlotte. And so that could be something of value, but just puts the Lakers in a really good position, right? Puts the Lakers in a position to, be competitive now and potentially win an NBA championship, which I do think they have a real shot now. But also maintain for the future. But the big question is, because today's the trade deadline and we're hours away, depending on when you're watching this, could be minutes away. Who knows, right? What are the Lakers going to do next, right? Well, according to Brett Siegel, the Los Angeles Lakers are expected to make another move. So according to Brett, he says that the Lakers may not be done before Thursday's afternoon deadline. Los Angeles was in conversations with a few other teams throughout the day before trading for Mark Williams tonight, specifically seeing what maxi Kleber's contract could get them. So Lakers are still trying to find a way to trade maxi Kleber, see if they can get something. I want more than anything right now, especially now that we freed up a roster spot. Can we get under the first apron? So because the Lakers completed that trade for Mark Williams, another thing that happened is the Lakers cleared more salary. So now they're $3.8 million under the second apron. Lakers need around $8 million to get under that first apron. What does getting under the first apron do, Tyler? Well, let me tell you. It completely frees the Lakers from any restrictions in the buyout market. Right now, the Lakers can only sign guys making $12.8 million or less off of the buyout. I see a lot of people, what about Bruce Brown? What about Dennis Schroeder? What about these guys, right? Anybody making more than $12.8 million right now, right? If you have a guy in your head that you want to see the Lakers sign on a buyout, look up how much they're making this year. If they're making $12.9 million, can't sign them. There's no wiggle room. There's no but it's so close, right? Like none of it. If it's $12.8 million or lower, you can sign them. If the Lakers get under that first apron, there are no restrictions. If a $40 million guy, $50 million guy gets bought out, Lakers can bring him in, right? There's no restrictions for them. It's why the Clippers are one of those teams that got under the apron. If the Lakers get under the apron, players are going to request buyouts. It's one of those things. If you build it, they will come. Right now, probably not going to be a ton of high-profile buyouts just because, again, none of the playoff or contending teams can sign them, right? So how many guys are okay, let me take a discount to go play on a non-contending team. I might as well just stay where I'm at and make my money, right? But if the Lakers, with Luka and LeBron and the moves that they've made, right, a guy like, say, a Bruce Brown, you don't think he's going to be looking at them and going might be able to get another championship. Hey, New Orleans, right? I want you to buy me out. I'm going to go to I'm going to sign with the Lakers in the offseason anyway, so you might as well save yourself some money. I'll take a haircut and then recoup some of that in the Laker deal, right? Stuff like that can happen. I would love to get that. I'd also love to see the Lakers get another center, right? Mark Williams, beautiful. We got our starting center for now and the future. However, he has been dealing with injury issues the past few years. Now, the Lakers said, based on reports, the Lakers confirmed that he's good, right? Foot issue, the back issue, he had a back issue a little while. All of that is cleared up. All of that is good. I imagine the Lakers did their due diligence. I don't think that they would lie or make that up. Obviously, injuries happen. Obviously, things happen, right? I'm sure Mark Williams is going to miss some games over the years. Luckily, he hasn't had anything that's been like super severe or significant, knock on wood. Also, Lakers training staff is A1. Again, look how healthy the Lakers have been this year. Again, knock on wood. All of our injury guys were all from last season, right? Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, all those guys were from last season, right? Now, have guys missed games and stuff? Of course, right? It's part of the game of basketball, especially in today's NBA, right? So I'm not really worried about that. But I'd love to get a Day'Ron Sharpe still, right? Like, can you still go get a Day'Ron? Can you still, like, just so you have that guy? And it doesn't hurt, right? Like, to have two good, physical, mobile centers, got multiple guys that you can just throw at teams, right? You're playing Denver, which we might play Denver in the first round, right? With a 4 or 5 seed, it's very possible we could play Denver in the first round. It'd be really nice to have a guy in a Mark Williams who's, 250, got like a 7'6" wingspan or something crazy like that, right? Like, and can defend and just hound him. And then you bring in a 265-pound, another center that can just bang with the big boys, and both guys like physicality. Also, it just takes pressure off the Lakers. If Mark Williams needs a night off, well, you got Day'Ron that can step in and play that role. If whatever, if a guy needs a night, boom, you got these two bigs. You got these guys that can fill in and play the role. Also, if you can trade Kleber for one of them, you get under the apron. So Lakers could get a Day'Ron Sharpe and still get under the apron. Obviously, I'd love to get another piece if you can, right? Like, if you can. Problem is you can't aggregate salary with Maxi Kleber. So you can't like, say you wanted like a Josh Green, right? You can't take him and like Jackson Hayes and go get a Josh Green. You can only trade Kleber. So you need somebody making $11 million on the dot or less. Otherwise, you can't, because you can't aggregate salaries with him. So I think the best case scenario is to get under that first apron. Take Kleber, take a pick swap, or a pick swap in a second. Whatever you have to do to get under that first apron, I think you do. Because now what happens is the Lakers, let's say they get a minor piece, they get some cheap piece, right? Especially if you can clear. I'd love, like, a team like Detroit can just take him, Kleber. And then also, he is a good veteran player that makes sense for vet teams, and he's an $11 million expiring contract next season. So a team like Detroit, they might look at it and go like, we could probably get a second for him next season, right? So, we get the free assets, we take him on for a year. He's an expiring contract. We can move him in the offseason to like a contending team, or we can keep him, right? Because he is a good play the 4, play the 5, good two-way centerpiece, right? Like, so that could be maybe a team like Detroit would look at it that way. And you give up some assets, and then boom, there you go. Now you cleared another roster spot, so now you have 2 open roster spots, and you're under the first apron. You could bring in whoever you want at that point, right? Like, be really good shape, right? And then not only that, but you'd have all those pieces. You'd have everything. If you win the championship this year, great. Now you're just trimming around the edges. If you don't win the championship, well, then now you just can add that piece or two. And based on reports, supposedly LeBron James would be willing to take a discount in the offseason if the Lakers can find those pieces, right? Just like this past offseason. Supposedly LeBron was willing to take a discount for Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, or Jonas Valanciunas, and the Lakers weren't able to get any of them. So he did still take a discount, keep the Lakers under the second apron, but he didn't take the $20 million plus like he was. Well, if the Lakers can line up those guys, right? Like, let's say you get under the first apron. Say you get a Day'Ron Sharpe and you get under the first apron. Well, now you have your center positions locked up. Let's say you bring in a Bruce Brown off of a buyout. He's made, you're going to sign him for $11 million. LeBron can take the discount, right? Now you can get under, or now you can free up your full mid-level exception. You go get another guy, right? And if you're a contender, guess what? There's going to be players that are going to want to take a discount in order to come to the Lakers, right? So if you can make moves like that, that could really set up the not only the future, but like right now, right? Lakers, I think, are right there. Obviously, I want to wait. We'll do all the breakdowns of the players, and we'll do all the do I think they're a contender and all this stuff. And once we finish this trade. I want to see what's the end result. How does this look? And then we'll really talk about it. But man, exciting time to be a Laker, right? Exciting time to be a Laker fan. I'm really excited for how this is going to play out. I mean, this trade deadline's been wild. Like, it's all just been like a dream, right? Fever dream. We're all just like, none of us want to wake up. We're all just like, do we really have Luka? We just got, Mark Williams. Like, Lakers still can make other moves. It's just like, like, this is what we live for, right? This is the kind of season that's just like, this is like, and as a content creator, right? Like, this is a content creator's dream, right? This is beautiful. But we'll see. Lakers expect another trade. I don't think it'll be a big move, right? I mean, they got Luka and Mark Williams, so, what do I know, right? Like, don't be shocked if they make a big move, but I think it'll probably be kind of more minor moves, maybe swapping vet minimum guys, like, hey, you like Hayes, or you need a center, hey, we could use this guy, like, stuff like that. It'll just be little minor, minimal moves. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? You excited? Do you think more gets done? Do you think, nothing else is getting done? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Let me know either way down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.